back in the 80s, it was a lot of fun to play Nintendo. But sometimes you needed more accessories than what came with your Nintendo Entertainment System. So we're going to look at some accessories you could add to your Nintendo, and most of them are stupid as shit. Guys, it's time for another... Am I pale? Anyway, it's time for another video. Today we're going to do... Well, most of you don't like. Whenever I do video game related stuff, most of you don't click on it and don't like it. But I don't care. Sometimes I make a video just for me or for the people out there that do want to see it. Because we're going to look at Nintendo accessories. Let's be honest. A lot of them was crap, but they really sold it to you good. They put them in those game catalogs or in Toys R Us sales paper or a TV commercial. You're like, I got to have that. That's going to enhance my gameplay. But then you get it and it's a piece of crap. Now, we're not going to look at the robot or the power glove. We all seen that a million times. We're not going to talk about that. But we're going to look at some accessories here that you can get for Nintendo, Game Boy, and maybe some for Super Nintendo. It should be a lot. Maybe you'll see some. You'll be like, they made that? They made a sewing machine. You can hook your sewing machine to your Game Boy. We'll look at that in a minute. But let's dig into this. And we'll start right here with this little contraction for Konami. You put your Game Boy in it, and you can see the screen a lot bigger. And it had a little controller that looked like a joystick and the buttons like you were at an arcade. The whole point of Game Boy is you could take your Nintendo on the go. This defeats that purpose right there. And then we've got, how about this also from Konami? Laser scope. Remember this thing? Big old hit. Well, you know it's a hit. You see the box. You hook it in your Nintendo, and you can play like Top Gun or some, some air games, plane games, whatever you want to call them, where you get to shoot. Maybe some spaceship games too. But it didn't ever work. It didn't ever work like crap. It's another one of those. Look really cool. You're like, I'm gonna play some Airwolf on this thing. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're gonna put Airwolf in the Nintendo controller. You're gonna turn it on. You're gonna get aggravated. You're not gonna play it. It's stupid. Yeah, you were like, I had it as a kid. I liked Junkman. No, you didn't. You didn't like it. You might have had it as a kid, but you didn't like it. And then, whoa, let me get back over here. Look at this. Remember this from Nintendo right here? It was an extra controller that made everything. Had a little, my friend Nicky had it. Well, he likes me to say Nick now, but it was Nicky back then. Had a little control slide pad. He had this. I could never figure it out. I was never no good at it. I don't know, this ain't the one he had. He had one that you could put it in the game in slow motion, but we just pause it and unpause it a bunch of times. It was stupid. And this was stupid. I didn't like that little slide thing. And then we've got, oh, look at this one coming from a smoker's house. Remember this one? It was a Nintendo controller, but it was huge. You could sit on the floor. Had a big controller. You almost had to use two hands. Big buttons on it, too. I didn't understand this one. I don't know if anybody ever had it. I saw it at the store, though. It had big knobs you could turn at the top. I couldn't understand why anybody would want this crap at all. I couldn't figure that at all. Maybe if you were a midget, you could sit on the board and put the joystick between your legs and hit the buttons like that. Maybe you could do that. Oh, now I can get back over here. Look at this thing. I didn't know what this thing was. I was like, what? It says it's a controller. Apparently, it's only got, the bottom part is like a little turning, like a joystick thing. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what games could you play with that? Maybe, I think it came with its own special game, if I'm right. It was kind of like a breakout. Remember that? Like, where you had a little ball that knocked all the little pigs out. Remember that game? I think it was kind of for that game. Maybe they made it for other games too. And then you have, rock and roller. You put this on the floor and you surfing USA. Or, you know, some kind of dancing game. Maybe you play some skate or die with it or something. It's another piece of crap. Like something you like a crack after a week. Especially if you got a friend that's fat. If you got a friend that's really, really fat, it's going to crack it. And check out this right here. You can hook this to your Nintendo and play some golf. They made this crap. Look at this crap. Look, here it is in the box. Oh, that's a big picture. I got to get way over here on some of these. They made this crap. I don't think anybody, I'm going to say it. Oh, about 400 people are going to watch this video. I bet none of you have ever had this. And you don't know, man, maybe you had it. Oh, I collected stuff when I got older. No, maybe not, but I doubt that also. You didn't have it as a kid. Oh, my dad had it. He liked to play. No, he didn't. Okay, and then we've got game sounds. What's up? I can hear my Nintendo. Well, you hook this to it and you can hear more of your Nintendo up to 20 feet away. I don't know why anybody want that. Why would you want that? Just turn the volume up on your damn TV. I don't know. That's stupid. Oh, you can silence. Was it come with headphones or something? I don't know. That's stupid. And I meant to turn this picture. Sorry, I didn't turn this one. I meant to turn it. It's a cabinet to put. I always wanted this. Put Nintendo in it. Put your games in it and everything. Put your booklet, your instruction booklet, so you don't lose it. I always lost my instruction booklet. The cover came off all the damn time. And then, another one I gotta get away over here. Remember this one? You thought that little light gun was cool. This was a super scope. Put it on your shoulder like it was an M16 or whatever you call it. I never had this one. I don't know anybody had this. This is another one I saw at the store. Never actually saw anybody with it. So let me know in the comments. That was for Super Nintendo. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Can you believe this? Hook it to your Nintendo Game Boy and go fishing with it. You can find fish with it. They come with fishing string and everything. Pocket scan sonar. It couldn't work. I don't know if it worked. I don't know. I think you have a better chance of sticking your head in the lake and opening your eyes if you see any fish in this thing. I could be wrong, but I'm sure it's crap. Why the picture's moving so slow? And here goes this one. His control pad. His control pad. This is for the boys. Like, I want my sister playing with my control pad. I got the his control pad. It looks generic. Oh, the Super Nintendo mouse. I had it. I only had Mario Paint with it. I don't know if they made anything else to go with it, but I loved it. A lot of people made fun of Mario Paint. I love Mario Paint. I don't care. Don't be a Mario Paint hater. I love that thing. Oh, check out this. This is the one you hook to your sewing machine. I don't know if you have to buy a special sewing machine, but who in the hell? What kind of people play Game Boy and like to sew? That has to be a very limited market. That is just weird. I don't know what it is. And then remember this? Oh, this is for your Game Boy also. It's a little clip you put on your little belt clip. Came in different colors, little like a neon color like thing. Kind of made it look like a pager, a beeper as you call it. Remember that? Beepers, beepers. Sir Mix-a-Lot told us about that. Beepers, beepers. I had a beeper, man. That's crazy about it. But you put this on your hip, you walk around with your Game Boys. You just asking for somebody to snatch it. Somebody gonna snatch it and run off. You know they are. And then you got the speed board. Remember this? I don't know this. So this is a board you put your controller in, and it just gave you more room for your hands. I couldn't figure this one out. I remember as a kid, I was like, I can't figure this out. Why would anybody need this? First I thought it was for track and field, and you got to hit the A and B button real fast. Somebody told me you just had to hit A. When I was a kid, I thought you had A and B for left foot, right foot, and that's how we do it. Make it run real fast. But then I found out you just hit A. You don't have to hit both. And we cheated. They made this candy called Lifesaver Holes. It was Lifesavers, but it was holes. It was the holes, like Lifesavers had a hole in it. This was just a hole. And you got through eating it, you could put your finger in it. And no. Not your grandpa. In the container that had the candy in it. And you could rub it around A and B and go real fast. Get some world records, man. It was awesome. And how about this super controller? This is a little cover you put on your Nintendo, I guess, to make it look cool. I don't know what it made. I don't know how it made it super. I don't really know about that. And then why are these pictures so big? Here's a remote control one. You get tired of a cord, hook this gadget up. I was going to say for hours of fun, but no, it's not even going to be 2 minutes of fun. You know it ain't going to work? This is one of the things you knew at the store. You like, I ain't buying it. It ain't going to work. You wait till somebody else gets it to tell you it ain't going to work, because you know. You don't have to read a review and Game Pro Monthly. No, you know it ain't going to work. Apparently, this company made their own video games and wouldn't fit in Nintendo. They couldn't make it the same size as Nintendo games. Like, we're going to get sued. So they made an adapter. You slide their game into this, but then you can put the adapter in the Nintendo. Some kind of license loophole, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure it's crappy games. And then we got, look at this monstrosity. God. Look at that controller. Battle Station 2. Was there a Battle Station 1? That's just too many buttons. Too many buttons. I guess it counts as an accessory. Remember this? I had this one. For all you got tired of blowing your Nintendo. It don't do that. Don't blow it. It doesn't work. It does work. Does work. Or did work. Here's the... You put something like a little... alcohol swab in it. You put this thing didn't work. You got better. You got it worked better blowing blowing a Nintendo cartridge in this thing. You know, when I was a kid, I was like, I heard adults talking about a blowjob, and I was like, I want that. I want that job. I thought you got a job at the Nintendo plant, you're blowing in the game. I was like, yeah, I got a blowjob. And check out this here, the double player. Now you can play remote control, but with two. You can have two disappointments in your life. This one don't work. Well, the other one don't work either. And then you got, look at this thing for the kid that wanted us, like, oh, like joysticks. I don't want a controller pad. I want a I was like that when I first saw Nintendo. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like, I need a joystick. Then I got over that. This is the kid that couldn't get over it, I guess. Who could play that? I think I feel like it might have made Mario easier, but. And how about this right here? What? 8-bit controller, now larger controller for better play. It looked like the same size to me. And it looked like some stupid shit. And then, yeah, they made this. They made this. A chair to hook to your Nintendo Entertainment System. NES for short. Look at the controllers on. It'd be cool if it was like an airplane game. We put this your little scope head on and this on. But no, it's to get healthy exercise equipment. You want healthy, you don't buy a Nintendo. You go outside and play. And then we got the Zoomer. Zoomer for the boomers. Right there. Another one to play with your airplane games. I don't know. I've never seen this before, so I can't tell you nothing. Can't tell you if it was good or not. Game Genie. Oh, man. I love the Game Genie. I did love the Game Genie when it came out, man. I used to get... Now, here's something. Whenever I mentioned getting online back in the late 80s, early 90s, somebody in the comment section, more than one person, didn't you have no internet back then? Internet coming around 2015 or something stupid like that. Yeah, I was getting on CompuServe. I was around this time, Game I was getting on Prodigy, into American Online. And people, when they were post codes they made up, it was a lot of fun. You never knew what kind of code you were going to get. You trade codes. Of course, it came with a book, your own code, so you could cheat at games. Finally, you could land on that aircraft carrier on Top Gun. I could do it thanks to Game Genie. There it is, Game Genie. I love this thing. It was a lot of fun. I tell you what, it was a lot of fun. A lock for your Nintendo. Can you imagine coming home, been to school all day? Like, get home playing some Nintendo. You get home, you got your mom to put a lock on it. Whoever came up with this needs to burn in hell. I hope whoever came up, I hope you tell me in the comments. Hey, you know who came up with that? Steve Wilcox. You know what? He died in a car wreck, got hit by a drunk driver, and he burned in hell. I'll be like, yeah, he deserves it. He made a damn lock for Nintendo. A lot of parents pissed off a lot of kids. Why would you have this? Man, I thought I pulled a lot more than that. It seemed like sometimes I pull a picture, I was like, that went too fast. That went too fast. But that was about almost 30 of them. So that was fun. That was fun right there. Hopefully, tell me about some accessories you had for your Nintendo, or you're like, hey, I just need a basic controller and I can play. I don't know, Rad Racer all night long. I was like, own a house. Well, Atari. Let me know in the comments below if you want to. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.